Hello, and thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy day to listen to some information that truly will change the way that you live your life. My name is Timur Halligan, and I'm excited to be able to share with you some information today that I looked at 16 years ago, and it truly did change and has changed the way that myself and my family have lived our life. And so today what we're going to talk about is a little bit about who our company is, what our company does, and why so many people are taking a look at our company, LegalShield, today to really understand where we are today as a company and what we're really doing and bringing to the marketplace is, number one, understanding that today disruptive innovations have made business much easier, simpler, and more affordable for you and I to be able to interact with businesses. You take a look at what Uber has done to the taxi industry. Do you remember there was a day when you actually called somebody up and they had to come find you and you weren't sure if they were going to find you, that you didn't know where they were taking you a lot of times. But today you open up that one thing that you always have with you, your phone, you click a button, somebody comes to pick you up, you know exactly who they are, you've gotten to see the reviews that they have, and it's simpler, it's easier, it's more affordable. You take a look at what Netflix has done to the movie industry. I mean, absolutely turned it upside down. You know, I can tell you that in my household, at any one time, 2 or 3 people could be watching Netflix. Whoever wants to go to Blockbuster or go out to rent a movie again, because you can have everything that you need, again, simpler, easier, and more affordable. Then you take a look at what Airbnb has done to the hotel industry. I travel quite extensively and use Airbnb quite a bit. Why? Because it's simpler, it's easier, it's more affordable, and I usually get a place to stay that is significantly bigger than if I was ever going to stay in a hotel. And LegalShield is right along with this. You know, we're not changing the industries that we're working in, but we have absolutely disrupted them, even though we've been around for about 46 years. So we've been around for 46 years, and we cover about 4.4 million lives in the United States and Canada. See, our company was founded about 47 years ago, like I said, by that gentleman in the upper right-hand corner. That gentleman was involved in that car accident. Here's what I can tell you. He was an insurance professional. He had health insurance in case he got injured and was sick, life insurance in case something happened where he didn't make it. He had car insurance to be able to cover what was going on with his automobile. You know, homeowners insurance, we all got that. But when he got sued for this accident, when he got named in a lawsuit, he needed legal help. He found out quite quickly that the color of justice is plain and simple green. And he literally went bankrupt. And so he said there's got to be a better way for people to have access to attorneys in this great country that we live in. And thus LegalShield was formed. So 46 years later, we've got 700 plus employees at our home office. We've got a dedicated network of law firms all across the United States, 4 provinces of Canada, soon to be all of Canada. We just opened up in the United Kingdom. We've been on Forbes, Yahoo Finance, CSNBC, Bloomberg, you name it. We've been featured on it because we have disrupted the legal services industry. And then the second thing that we focus on and have for the last 16 years is being the leader in the world of identity theft and protecting your good name and your family's good name. So let's talk a little bit about this disruptive innovation. See, we've got an app now on our phone. Back in the day, we would actually have to call into the law firm. Today, just like we just talked about, you've always got your phone with you. And when you ever need anything, you simply just open up your LegalShield app, and you've got access to all of our attorneys across the United States. When you open it up, it says, call your law firm. As a LegalShield member, you've got unlimited consultations. That means you can call them on any legal situation that you've got, and you never get a bill. In addition, they're also going to write letters and make phone calls. Think about in your life. Have you ever been in a situation where you just felt frustrated? People just didn't do what they said they were supposed to do. Maybe you had an insurance company that wouldn't honor a claim. Or maybe you had a security deposit that didn't get returned. Or maybe you had a situation with your cell phone and the service wasn't working and they wouldn't do anything about it. Maybe you had a situation with your landlord. Maybe you had a situation with somebody that in your workplace or a next door neighbor. I mean, just something. Listen, we all have got legal situations in our life. Well, when you can call an attorney, get good legal advice, never get a bill. then they'll write letters for you, make phone calls for you to help rectify that situation. I've had so many situations where I've had letters written on my behalf. I've had situations with a car warranty situation where they wouldn't honor the warranty. A letter from my attorneys resulted in $9,000 worth of repairs getting done. I've had a $49 situation with a flower company that was delivering flowers for my wife on our anniversary, and they called her ahead of time to make sure that she was going to be home. Now, that was a frustrating situation. I worked hard to coordinate a lot of things to come together. I called my attorneys. Guess what? I got my money refunded, and I got a surprise bouquet of flowers that I could use at a later time. I've had situations with my car insurance company that wouldn't honor an entire claim, even though they should have fixed it all. I just called my attorneys. They wrote a letter. The situation got better. Next thing that we'll do is we're going to review any contracts or documents for you. So before you ever sign anything, you can do what the very, very wealthy say. You can say, I'm going to run this by my attorney first. You send it over to them. You know, that car warranty issue that I was talking about, before I bought that car, I actually had them review the contract for me. Then they recommended I don't get the warranty through the dealership, but absolutely get the extended warranty. They then, they told me not to do that because, I didn't want to pay the financing on it and get it much cheaper. They then told me about a dock and prep fee that was on the car that I was purchasing, which I then got eliminated, which was a glorified car wash. And at the end of the day, it's continued to save me money after I bought that car. So they're going to review any contracts or documents for you. See, those three things right there, legal advice, letters written on your behalf, and documents and contracts being reviewed, that's just life stuff. We're all going to make personal, professional, and financial decisions in this upcoming year. Why not make good personal, professional, and financial decisions and always consult an attorney? Here's why: because it's expensive. And honestly, we can't afford it. But with LegalShield, you can. Now, these next couple of things are the just in case things. Just in case you were to get audited by the IRS, we make sure you've got a tax attorney that's there for up to 50 hours, to work with the IRS to make sure that we help navigate that situation. So 50 hours with a tax attorney. We're also going to cover you just in case you get sued, just in case you get named in a lawsuit. I had a situation several years ago. My dog was in his yard, our yard. He was on his chain. He was chewing his bone. Well, the young boy from next door came over and tried to grab the bone out of my dog's mouth, and my dog bit him. Listen, what was he doing in my yard, in a set of diapers, when nobody was watching him? That was where the real liability was. But they said it was no big deal, everything's fine. But then a few days later, I get a letter from an attorney saying that they're suing me for $15,000. Now, I then found out later that their house was in foreclosure. So guess who would have been paying that? But I didn't worry about it. I called my LegalShield attorneys, because in your first year with LegalShield, you get 60 hours of trial defense. Then they add 60 hours a year every single year. So at the end of 5 years, I had 300 hours just in case I needed them. Well, I needed them at that point. So then they figured out what was going on. They got a hold of that other attorney. They said, listen, Mr. Halligan's got over 300 hours already set aside. He's already paid us in advance, and we will use all 300 hours to fight this frivolous lawsuit. Guess what happened? The lawsuit went away. They need to go sue somebody else to take care of that mortgage and everything else, but not me as a LegalShield member. Then for family domestic services, if you're going through an uncontested divorce, adoption, separation, or name change, if it's uncontested, LegalShield members, after the first 90 days of being a member, get that done at no cost. Guys, that is powerful. There's a lot of folks that just want to go their own way, don't have a whole lot to argue about, but don't need to be spending a whole lot of money. There are kids that are waiting to be adopted that have parents that have never shown up in their lives, and all they got to do is call LegalShield, and we'll take care of that. Next thing that LegalShield members do, and again, you do all this right from the app on your phone. If you're driving your car and you get a speeding ticket or a moving violation, or you get into an accident and you receive a ticket, as long as you got a valid driver's license, you've got a fully insured vehicle, and you're driving it, LegalShield will actually represent you at no cost to help fight those tickets, those moving violations. And we'll get an attorney to go to court for you or with you anywhere in the United States to help keep your fines down, your fees down, and ultimately keep your insurance costs down. Next thing that LegalShield does, and I'll be honest, guys, it was the reason I bought this membership 15 years ago. That was to get my will prepared. I knew I needed to have one, but it was also about $1,000. I figured, why get it done right now? Because I'm going to add more kids. I'm going to do more stuff. I'm going to have more of this. But here's what I can tell you, and I've realized that about as I've gotten older, is that tomorrow is not guaranteed. I've seen far too many people leave this earth too early and without their affairs in order. LegalShield takes away all the excuses, because right from the app on your phone, you're actually able to do your will, your living will, your power of attorneys, financial power of attorney, get all of that done, and it doesn't cost you anything. It is actually complimentary as a member of LegalShield. You can open it up, and instead of spending time on Facebook during lunch, you can start to put that love letter to your family together. It truly is the most important document that you can have in place, and we're going to do it for you at no cost for you and your spouse. Second thing, as I said, that we do with LegalShield, guys, is that we provide the most comprehensive solution to identity theft. Listen, identity theft is not going away. Not in my lifetime, not in your lifetime, never. How many of you watching right now do not have antivirus protection on the device that you're currently watching this on? Whether it's your computer, your phone, whatever the case may be, you do, because you know that's important. But what's important is protecting your good name, everything that you have worked so hard for, because people want to take your information. And LegalShield has been leading the way for the last 16 years when it comes to identity theft. From the very, very get-go, we have partnered with licensed private investigators to make your life much easier. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to protect you from all different kinds of identity theft. Whether it's your tax returns, your medical information. Listen, I was a victim of medical identity theft. Somebody got a hold of my information many, many years ago, and I was alerted through IDShield that I got something in collections. I called them up and said, what's going on? It was from a hospital stay where somebody had an entire day at the hospital. In fact, they had a great day, at least according to the doctor's report, because they had a full day of morphine and Dilaudid and all kinds of other things to make them feel better, but they left me having to hold the bag. Well, I just called IDShield because they wouldn't listen to me, and they took care of everything. So whether it's your tax returns, your medical information, Social Security, benefits being taken in your name, credit, criminal character, driver's license, synthetic identity theft, whatever it is, we're there to be able to help you out. We're going to monitor everything that matters. Listen, guys, since this Equifax data breach 2 years ago, let me tell you, 148 million people had their Social Security numbers, their driver's licenses, all compromised. Your name, your date of birth, everything that was in those credit files is gone. And you can't get a new Social Security number. It doesn't work that way. So now everyone is at risk from just that one breach. But there's been over 1 billion people's information stolen in the last decade. I say stolen because it gets taken. People want to get your information and sell it. So we're going to monitor everything from your credit score, your Social Security number, passport, driver's license, medical information, email address, your loans, credit cards, bank accounts. We're going to go after the dark web. We're going on the dark web looking for people buying, selling, trading your personal information, your login information for a variety of passwords that you may have for sites, because maybe those sites have been compromised along with your information. We're looking for that. We're even looking all the way down into your social media to make sure that nobody's taking over your information and really damaging your good name. And then when you become a victim of identity theft, because it's going to happen, you can call your IDShield advisor. You've got emergency after-hours support if you need them. And you've got comprehensive restoration. So whatever happens to you, yourself, your spouse, your family, we're going to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to bring you back to where you were before you were a victim of identity theft. And we will spend whatever dollar amount we have. It says $5 million. We used to do $5 million. Now we'll spend whatever, because we are the very, very best at protecting what's important, which is you. So we will make that happen. So when you take a look at LegalShield, like I looked at it many, many years ago, you say, you know what? I could have used these services. Well, no longer do you have to wait, because today you can become a member of LegalShield. It's $34.90 to cover yourself as an individual, $24.95 for the LegalShield plan, and $9.95 for IDShield. It's $49.90 only to cover your entire family. It's you, your spouse, and your children up to 26 years old with LegalShield, whether they're living at home or they are away at school. It's $24.95 to cover the entire family with IDShield. We're going to monitor everything that matters for them, for you, your spouse, and your children up to 18 years old. Parents, I encourage you, if you've got kids over 18, get them the IDShield individual by itself as well, but then cover them with the legal membership because they're covered up to 26 years old. And what makes it so great about LegalShield is where it says save with member perks. I look on that screen right now and I can tell you I save on my Verizon bill. I save on my flowers when I order them. I save on my hotels. I save on rental cars. I save on movie tickets. I save more each month. We've got over 400 people that give our members discounts. I mean, significant discounts. Why? Because we've got 4.4 million smart clients. Why do I say smart? Because smart people have LegalShield. It just makes sense. Smart people have IDShield because it just makes sense. So I appreciate you, taking some time today to, be able to join us on this presentation to learn a little bit about LegalShield. Get back to the person that sent you this and let them know that you'd like some more information about LegalShield, how you can start to protect and empower your family. Everybody have a fantastic day. Truly, truly appreciate you joining us today. Protect your family today with LegalShield. Have a great day and bye-bye for now.